All right, so up next, I want to quickly discuss the movie Crimes of the Future. This movie disappointed me on so many levels. First of all, it's a David Cronenberg film. If you don't know anything about David Cronenberg, think of movies like The Thing, if you've seen it. He's very known for his kind of like gory, grotesque special effects. If you're a Rick and Morty fan, in season one, Love Potion number 9, or the one where Morty wants Jessica, they do the love potion, all right?
Boy, Morty, I really Cronenberged the world up, didn't I? You got a whole planet of Cronenbergs walking around down there, Morty. At least they're not in love with you anymore, though. It's a huge step in the right direction.
Oh snap, because there's when it came out, there's reports of people walking out of the theater and it just being so disgusting. So I was like, yeah, give me that. That's the stuff, I like to see. I was highly disappointed. First of all, the movie makes 0 sense. So it's sometime in the future and there's stuff wrong with people. People have all these body augmentations. People are growing extra organs. And there's just all this weird stuff going on. Not bad weird. I like weird, but the stuff is never fully explained. Like, I mean, in the movie, they don't understand why people are growing organs, extra organs. They just think it's some form of evolution. But there's all this other stuff. Like his character and other characters have these weird chairs that they have to eat in that move around, and they eat like mush. And that's never explained. It's never explained why people are in these chairs. And there's all this other stuff like where people grow, like there's this one person who grows all these ears, and so they have their eyes and mouths sewn shut. There's this whole thing about organs being tattooed, and it's never explained. Kristen Stewart's character is actually really weird in this movie, which I kind of like. I'm assuming she talks really weird, and this is something that bothered me in this movie. Well, her talking weird didn't bother me, but the talking in this movie bothered me because her and like a couple other characters talked really soft and really low, and it was kind of hard to understand some of the dialogue. I'm like, can y'all turn the volume up? Can y'all have people articulate? Yo, speak from the diaphragm, come on. And I just didn't get what was going on. Like there's a second storyline with this guy and his kid who ate plastic. Oh yeah, there's these people who have evolved to eating plastic or some form of it. Like there's certain bars that are made, and if a normal person eats it, it kills them. There just wasn't enough explained. I was just constantly wondering what is going on and what is the point of this. The thing that also disappointed me, it being a David Cronenberg film, is that so there's this thing that happens with Viggo Mortensen's character, who he's the main guy who's growing organs. And so what happens is the woman who he's with, what they do is, and it's kind of like a form of sex. Like Kristen Stewart character tries to kiss him at one point, and he says it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not good at the old sex. And it's never explained what that means. Like that somehow surgery and being cut up is like the new way to have sex. So what happens is that he's in like this pod, and the woman has like this device that's supposed to control these arms that slice him open and remove whatever this new organ is. And he, has kind of like these looks of pleasure on his face, I guess you can say. And that's the only kind of hint that you get that he gets pleasure from it. But this scene is also what disappoints, is because it's completely digital. For this to be a David Cronenberg film, and you have, I'm talking about everything, cuts on their body, it's so digital. Like, it looks like a video game. I watched that movie and I could not understand what made people walk out. Like, these people must have been so soft, have never seen anything gory in their life to have walked out of this movie. It was just one of these movies that you're watching it because you're hoping someone's going to explain what is going on. And they never do. Like, there's these two ladies who are like technicians for a certain type of bed that people sleep on because their body is supposed to like read your body and help with pain. Like, there's all this stuff is not explained. But anyway, they're like killing people, and it's never explained why they're killing people. But yet we see it, but it's not explained at all. Like there's a section in the beginning of this movie where there's this boy eating plastic, and his mom kills him, and then the dad comes and he takes the body and puts it in the freezer, and he's trying to get Viggo Mortensen's, God, I hope I'm saying his name right. I'm almost certain, Viggo. And at first they don't want to do it, but there's something about the kid's body and evolution, so they're like, we gotta do it. And so anyway, they cut the kid's body open, and his organs have been tattooed. And everyone's all appalled. And like you get the gist of it, that it was actually Kristen Stewart's character who tattooed the boy. There's just a lot of, I feel like there must be scenes or something missing from this movie, because there's all these little parts that don't connect at all. And you're just, here's the thing. I do think sometimes Hollywood treats audiences as idiots. And I'm a fan of, hey, people can figure this out and follow the bouncing ball. But you do have to do some explaining, especially if this is a completely new world, all right, that we have never seen before. All right, this isn't like some, action spy movie. We're in a world where people are having surgeries out in the open, all right, where people are eating plastic and it's normal. Theater is someone being cut open and sewn back together. Like, these are things that have to be explained, and it just wasn't. And it annoyed me, and the effects annoyed me. I do suggest watching it if you're into David Crow. If you just want to see for yourself, maybe you'll be disgusted, man. I don't know. I was just disappointed. And if my synopsis doesn't make sense, that's because the movie doesn't make sense.